everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're here today to talk all about if you're looking to move to Edmonton, or maybe you're looking for a great family-friendly city to find out if you should move to Edmonton or Calgary or Vancouver or Toronto. This video is going to be for you. We're going to talk about the top 3 neighborhoods in Edmonton that I highly recommend. If you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. In this video, how do I define the best neighborhoods? We're going to talk about the pros and cons of each neighborhood, including the schools, the amenities, and the access to everything in Edmonton from those communities. Let's start with Terwillegar Town. In southwest Edmonton, it's widely cited as one of the top choices for families. So what makes Terwillegar Town so great? There's so many different things, but let's start with the schools as the pros first. We've got 2 schools in the neighborhood that your kids can walk to. The first one is Esther Starkman School, and it is a public school, and it is a kindergarten to grade 9. Now this school's also got a Mandarin bilingual program, so if you are looking for a school to have your child learn Mandarin, then this is going to be the school for you. The Mandarin school also does bus people in from outside neighborhoods for this area because you can't find Mandarin schools in every single neighborhood in Edmonton. So that's a great thing. The other great thing about having a school in the neighborhood means there's lots of green space. There is soccer fields, there's playgrounds nearby, and the other school is the Catholic school, the Monsignor William Irwin Catholic School. Now that school is an elementary school, and it has immersion. So if you're looking for language options for your kids, then definitely Terwillegar Town is going to be a great option for you, because not only do you have those options nearby, the kids can literally walk to school if you wanted them to walk to school. So another great thing about Terwillegar Town is all the walking trails. I talked about the green spaces close to the schools. Well, they also have that throughout the neighborhood of Terwillegar Town. So that great thing is that you can go for a nice evening walk after work is done, or in the wintertime you can go tobogganing. There's definitely lots of different things you can do around there, very close by, including the Terwillegar Rec Center. The Terwillegar Rec Center is located really close to the Terwillegar Town, including the bus stop. So the main bus station is there. So if you're looking to get anywhere around the city, you've got the bus stop there. The rec center has a pool, a gym, a whole bunch of different things, and it's actually really close to a high school. So if you're looking for the variety of places for your kids, whether they're elementary age, junior high, or high school, Terwillegar Town is going to have that for you. And another reason why I think that this is on the higher list for families when they move here from out of town is also the affordability. Now, whether you live in town or out of town, affordability is something that everyone is looking for. And the homes in Terwillegar Town are more affordable. And why is that? Now, this neighborhood is not brand new, but it's also not super old. So these homes are around 20 to 30 years old, and because of the age of these homes, obviously they're not going to be the same price as brand new homes. So we want to take a look at the types of homes in Terwillegar Town. You've got everything from the townhouses with condo fees to also the duplexes, and you also have single family homes with the garages in the back. So they're called laned homes. And then you also have the front attached garage homes. Now Terwillegar Town is one of the areas that first started having back the wide and shallows. So these are homes with the garages that are double in the front, but the garages kind of are part of the main floor of the house. And so you don't have as big of a floor plan on the main floor, but the upstairs is bigger because it takes over that space. So lots of different varieties of homes that you could live in Terwillegar Town, and really close access. Now, what about the cons of living in Terwillegar Town? Well, I can't think of a whole lot except on the sizes of lots and the driving through the neighborhood. Now, when it's winter time, when they do the snow plowing, there are big snow piles up, and because Terwillegar Town's roads aren't as wide as some of the older areas, you are kind of squeezing in to try to get, it's almost like a 1-lane access in between, and you have to kind of wait behind cars to kind of pass. I'd say that's one of the cons, and people know that this area is a little bit more condensed, hence the new style of layouts of the homes. They do actually have less footprints, so the whole entire area is just not as spacious as the old areas. So I would say that's some of the cons in the area. Now, some of the other cons could be the affordability was a pro, but for some people it still may not be a really affordable neighborhood because of the condo fees in the condo area. But I'd say that overall the affordability is still a pro and not a con in this situation. Now, going back to some pros I forgot about, there's also a ton of amenities nearby, including the new Friesen Brothers grocery store. There's lots of grocery stores, and you're really close to Windermere by just going across the Anthony Henday. You're close access to everything. Now, shooting back to a con, if you don't have a vehicle, let's be honest, in all of Edmonton, it's going to be pretty challenging to get around if you're relying on the bus system. Yes, you're close to the bus system, but the bus system is nothing like the Vancouver and Toronto bus system. So beware and make sure you check out ETS Planner to make sure you can see if all the routes make sense, how long of a drive it is on a bus to go to the University of Alberta, to go downtown, to go wherever your workplace is. Make sure you check that out. I would say the traffic is one of the biggest cons in Terwillegar town, because Terwillegar Drive or road is always backed up. There's construction going to the Anthony Henday and also to the Whitemud. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit newer but not brand new but not super old, I'd say Terwillegar town is definitely worth checking out. Now, another neighborhood to check out that's kind of similar in age is also the Hamptons. Now, the Hamptons is in West Edmonton. If you're coming from the Terwillegar side and you're driving down the Anthony Henday, it's crossed the river, and now you're technically in West Edmonton. The Hamptons is a very large area and very developed, and so there's a ton of amenities in the Hamptons, including some really good schools. So the schools in the Hamptons are quite large, and they're in high demand. If you do not live in the Hamptons, you can't actually go to that school. So you want to make sure you have an address there, and honestly, depending on what the situation is like with the school, you might want to check with the school to see if there's still a lottery system or if you're automatically in. Now, when you're moving from out of town and you're going into the Hamptons, the chances of getting into that school is actually quite high. Both these schools are K to 9, kindergarten to grade 9. Here in Edmonton, we've got the kindergarten and elementary school system, which is grade 1 to then 6, and then junior high, which is grade 7 to 9, and a lot of these new schools are K to 9. Sister Nada Brockman is the Catholic school, and Bessie Nichols is the public school option. Both schools are newer, both schools are large. They both have large green spaces, lots of playground space, and in the Sister Nada Brockman area, there's actually some tobogganing hills, and a lot of people in the winter like to hang out at the tobogganing hills, and they also have ice rinks. There's definitely lots of things to do in the Hamptons. In the Hamptons, of note, there's a whole bunch of different types of homes situated there, including Copperwood, which is actually part of the Hamptons, but it's kind of more of the estates side of the Hamptons. So if you see that name and you're wondering if it's in the Hamptons, it is actually in the Hamptons. There are trails in Copperwood. There's trails outside as well in all of the Hamptons. Lots of walking trails and biking trails, great for families if you want to go on an evening walk, or you're walking to the playground, or you want to just go hang out with friends and family. There's a lot of things for you to do. Now, the Hamptons is also part of an established community league here in Edmonton, and community leagues here in Edmonton are the ones that plan things. They're volunteers, and they run with the city of Edmonton different initiatives that they do as volunteers. So sometimes they organize outdoor soccer, and they sometimes have different extracurricular things for your kids to do. In the summertime, they have the Green Shack. In the wintertime, there's also ice rinks and pathways that they kind of develop. And then there's parties. So there's fireworks, there are things at Christmas to do, lots of things for young families to do. In the Hamptons, in terms of the amenities, you've got everything from Save On Foods to Boston Pizza, you've got McDonald's, you've got an eye doctor. You're also really close to Anthony Henday as well. You're just on the other side, on the newer side of the Anthony Henday compared to when we were looking at Terwillegar town. The Hamptons is also really close to West Edmonton Mall. So if you're taking the bus system and you go towards West Edmonton Mall, you're then able to access all of the different bus routes. The Hamptons is also close to the new rec center that they're building right now. It's called the Lewis Farms Rec Center, which is actually located in Rosenthal. Don't ask me why they named it that way, but it's actually really close, about 10 minutes as well. So lots of different amenities, and let's not forget Costco. There's a Costco right by the Hamptons as well, amongst a whole bunch of other restaurants and amenities that I haven't even listed off. So definitely, if you're looking for family-friendly in Hamptons, that's got a lot of pros. Now, what about the cons for Hamptons? Well, the cons for Hamptons is if you don't like cookie-cutter homes, you're stuck with cookie cutter home. They're pretty cookie cutter, everything looks pretty identical, even though there's guidelines that things aren't supposed to look the same. These homes all kind of share the same look. So if you're looking for a home with character, if you're looking for a home that's got a big front yard, the Hamptons is not for you. Some of these homes do have bigger backyards, but they definitely are older, and if you don't like the 1990s, early 2000s, most of them are early 2000s, this is gonna be for you. A lot of these homes are gonna be 25, 30 years old, which means if the furnaces haven't been replaced yet, if the shingles have not been done yet, those will all be things that have to get done. So for the last area that I'm featuring on this video, we have put Windermere as one of the top neighborhoods. Now, why would we put it? Because it's got quite the span of price range. You've got anything from an entry-level condo all the way up to an estate luxury home that's a couple $1 million. So Windermere actually is one of the largest sections that I'm suggesting in this video today. Windermere is located in the southwest part of Edmonton, and it has some really strong choices when it comes to schools and a lot of amenities, the most of all three of the neighborhoods I talked about today. So if you take a look at the kerns of Windermere, you will find not only different grocery stores like Walmart and Safeway, you're also going to find different stores such as HomeSense, you're going to find Michael's, you're going to find Cabela's, which is now known as Bass Pro Shop. You're going to find also the movie theater. The movie theater is our VIP movie theater, which means you can go there as a date, 18 plus. You can not have any kids out there, and you can eat, and you can they also serve alcohol at that movie theater. Now in that area also has some really trendy new restaurants. They've all decided to locate there. Places like P.F. Chang's, you got Fua Fua, you got so many different trendy places that are situating themselves there because of the fact that there's so many people living in that area. There are so many homes, and there's also bungalows, executive bungalows that are duplex bungalows. There's also ones that are separate. There are apartments. There's so much variety. Now, one of the cons of Windermere is it is so large, it is so big, and there's so many people all trying to leave Windermere at the same time in the morning to get on to the Anthony Henday. So sometimes it can actually take you quite some time to get from your house to the Anthony Henday, and then it will take you some time to get onto the Anthony Henday from the road. So I would say that's the biggest con, but the pro of just the variety of homes in terms of entry level, in terms of availability, you definitely have that there too. There's a variety of homes, and again, they are newer, but you also have some of the older homes as well too. You can still build in the Windermere area, and there's a lot of varieties. There's also a golf course in the area as well. So many different pros, and there's a lot of, the big con is going to be that traffic. In addition to all the traffic, one thing that adds up to it is actually the industrial commercial area that they've just put in. So they've got a hotel there, they've got doctor's offices there, they've got other businesses, commercial space, in addition to all the shopping and amenities and the home. So you can imagine why the traffic gets so backed up. Now, what about the schools in Windermere? You have Constable Daniel Woodall School, which is located kind of close to the Superstore right off of the Anthony Henday. And right beside the Constable Daniel Woodall School is the St. John 23rd Edmonton Catholic School. They're literally beside each other. They share the playground area, and it is busy. If you are picking kids up at that time, or you have a commercial space, or you're going to the doctor's office that's right across, it is so busy. I would say that's, again, the congestion is one of the biggest cons in Windermere. And when you're picking up kids from school and all those kids are there, just imagine how many kids there would be. It gets very backed up. So traffic is quite the biggest con of the Windermere area. So there you have it, 3 strong contenders of neighborhoods. Now, obviously in Edmonton, there's so many more. Tell me, of the 3, which one is your favorite? Which one appeals to you the most? Comment down below, and if you tune in live on our channel, you can always ask me what the average price of that home in that neighborhood would be, and I'd be more than happy to answer.